With sleet and freezing rain in the forecast today, many of you are asking, what is the difference between those two things?
We can answer that. Let's turn to meteorologist Melanie Layden. She can answer the question for us here. She's live in West Nashville, keeping an eye on all the weather that's affecting us here tonight.
Hey guys, that's right. So I'm standing here on just a neighborhood road out here in West Nashville. We still, of course, have all that snow on the ground, but what we're dealing with today is that freezing rain and the sleet. And yes, that's the big question we've gotten today. What is the difference between the two? So I have a graphic here to show you that really just talks about all the different kinds of precipitation that we do see this time of the year. And we're kind of in that time of the year where we see just a total mixed bag of things. So we, of course, have already had the snow, but then we had the freezing rain, the sleet, and just the plain old rain. So what is the difference between all of it? A lot of people actually don't realize that every type of precipitation actually starts as just straight up snow. It's coming down as a frozen crystal, and it really depends on the temperature in the atmosphere. That depends on how it's going to be falling down. So snow is coming down as snow when we have the temperatures at 32 degrees or lower. That is freezing. It's got to come through the entire atmosphere at that temperature, even down here closer toward the surface. So snow will fall and that never melts. That's what we saw Sunday into Monday. However, if there is a thin warm layer in the atmosphere, that snow is going to melt into rain, and then it hits cold air again and it refreezes into sleet. So sleet can be dangerous when we drive because it kind of just acts like almost like marbles of ice all over the roadways. I gave you that little analogy earlier in our earlier newscast about how it looks like sprinkles on a sprinkled donut. They're literally just ice pellets, and that's also the most common form of black ice too, when that sleet actually melts a little bit and then refreezes. That can be really dangerous. And then another really impactful type of weather that we've been seeing today is the freezing rain. When most of the atmosphere is above freezing, except for just that really thin layer here toward the surface, like today, it's been right at freezing or below. That rain in the atmosphere will hit that cold air and it freezes onto the ground or objects as freezing rain. It creates that kind of glaze or the layer of ice that can really be tricky for us and really cause some slippery road conditions. We see it a lot in our car windshields as well. Another thing, too, to look out for with conditions like this is not just road conditions, but also power outages could be possible. And the reason why is because with that freezing rain coming down and forming ice on surfaces, we got to watch out for power lines and tree limbs. That ice can actually create what feels like 30 times the weight to a tree limb or a power line. That's why we get a lot of these limbs snapping and causing power outages, too. We'll, of course, keep you updated right here on air and on the free First Alert weather app.
All right, Melanie, thank you. It's so much.